Like, why can't we have that conversation? Why can't we agree to disagree and not cause all this ruckus, which is very disruptive?
How do you explain that?
How do I explain what?
You're so divided now.
How? I mean, look what's happened since George Floyd. That all started 6 years ago. I mean, and it's gone down the toilet since. I've been living on this planet for many, many years. Never in all of these years have we ever been so politically divided as it is.
And also, they're key to everything. If you don't think like them, you are a racist. That's the first thing they throw at you for any situation. You just can't get past that to discuss anything with them. What happened? Obama, deported more people than anybody. And, I mean, ABC, NBC, they used to drive along with ICE. Like, it was a popular, cool thing to do, to drive along with ICE. Yeah, But now it's like, what? Like, there's protests. I heard somebody bit somebody else last night. I was just like, that's insanity. Who are we barbaric?
But they always have immigrants coming in this country, in the US. Why now it's such a problem? Why now it's so violent between you guys?
There's due process. You have to come into this country legally. That's all we're asking. We're not saying no immigrants can come in here. All of our families are.
Look, me for example, like my parents, they immigrated from Iran. Thank God they left Iran before the revolution happened in 1979. But guess what? They waited their turn in line and they came here the right way. And they never made a trouble in this country. They never hurt anyone. They never killed anyone. They did nothing but show love for America. And us Persians, we are one of the most patriotic people in this country. And we love America like nobody else. And if you want to immigrate to this country, there's a way to do it. There's a right way to do it. Wait your turn in line and come here legally, and you better make a difference and love this country. We're just ready for whatever's to come.
Which is to make sure that anyone who is not here in this country legally,
because we need national security in order to make this country great. We can't just let any dangerous criminal across the border. Like I'm saying, like my parents, like I say, they're immigrants too. They are. But they came here the right way, and they never made trouble in this country. They never hurt anyone, and they worked their asses off just to make a living. And they appreciate this country. They show love.
I'm not in support of illegal crossing.
We stand for law and order. Law and order.
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
It's hard to accomplish anything with savages, against savages. I think it'll probably even be more chaotic once Tom arrives. He's definitely not going to stifle it. Because again, they're not here because of the people inside. They're here because they want to win the midterms this way, not the natural way of through elections. So, but I wish him well when he comes here. I know Bovino's here. Hope I see him today. I mean, it's not really, obviously, it has nothing to do with what's going on inside the facility. They're just looking for another catalyst for the summer, so we can have another summer of love. Chaos before the elections. We've been down this road many times before, so they're going to find any excuse they can find and lie about to start up another complete chaos, boarding up of the windows, savagery all summer long before the midterms. That's all this is about, nothing else. We've seen it many times before.
You got the Holman flag.
Yes.
He's coming here this weekend. What are you hoping?
Don't say that.
Hey guys, Mike Crispy here, and I am at the now infamous Delaney Hall in Newark, New Jersey. We are setting up for our pro-ICE, support ICE demonstration hosted by the America First Republicans. But as we get here, I want to show you guys the remnants of what is left behind by the Antifa agitators, the people who claim that they're doing the right thing. But does anybody who leaves a scene like this, a disgusting scene like this, does anybody who treats their streets like this love America or love their neighbors or love thy fellow man? The answer is absolutely not. These people are anarchists, and this speaks to the overall mindset and temperament of these people. Messy, sloppy, disorganized, hateful, wasteful, and really not valuing human life in any form. So these people are all paid to be here. These people, I saw them getting out of the car, all foreign license plates, and we're going to stand here tall and proud in support of our ICE officers. Thank you very much.
We here. How many you got?
How you doing?
We supporting ICE 100%.
That's right. That's right,
Donald
my man.
Trump.
Good to see you.
All these criminals, they gotta go back home.
Let's go.
Don't say that.
We are in an era of maximum warfare. Everywhere, all the time.
That's the right button. That's me. Maximum warfare everywhere all the time. I think you're now understanding what's going on. They can't win. Let me just say that right at the beginning. They can't win. They know they can't win. They know we know they can't win. So at this point, they're going to resort to just craziness, violence, cheating. Even to this guy in Maine, the real Nazi in Maine, they're finding out all kinds of dirt on him, real dirt, posted by his ex-wife. Pictures of him doing different things. And they don't care. They want that seat in Maine more than they care about somebody, being upstanding. So you're in a war and you don't realize it, or many of you may not realize it, but tonight's going to be different. I'm not going to talk about them. I want to try and direct people because I was trying to figure out what am I going to do tonight? And I was talking to Ashley. I'm like, the news just sucks. It absolutely sucks. And then I realized that Lara Trump is going to be interviewing President Trump at 9 o'clock, which we will cut to and have. But before then, I'm like, what am I going to do from 8 until 9? And I think what we need to be doing collectively as a group is reaching out and understanding we are not alone. There are so many people who want to see America prosper. There are so many people, an overwhelming amount of people who support America, who are patriotic, maybe not at a MAGA level, but nonetheless, they are still patriotic. And what you're seeing happening right now is a divide where they're trying to say, it's not about a concert, it's not about a football player. They are trying to paint patriotism as being divisive and racist. The mere fact that you want to support America means you're racist. Means there's something wrong with you. You are not inclusive. It is now divisive to be patriot. We now have gotten to the point where all of a sudden patriotism is bad. But at the same time, that should tell you something. That should tell you something about all of the Democrats at this point. Because what it means is they intend to destroy America. They don't believe in patriotism. They don't want to see people patriotic, and they don't want to see people reaching out for commonality. And what I'm going to show you today, I can probably be quite assured that most of you, probably 90% of you, have never seen what I'm going to show you, and I'm going to continue showing you probably over the next week or so. Commonality, people that you wouldn't think you have anything in common with, and now you're gonna realize after tonight, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there is some commonality with people here and commonality with people there. They're not all, even though they live in a blue state, they're not all savages. The ones doing this stuff are savages, but not all of the people in all of these different states. I think our weaponry is reaching out to people in these communities and states and saying, are you patriotic? Stand up for your country. That's the messaging for 2026. They have decided that patriotism is a disease. It's toxic. Okay, well then that's the message. You're either for America or you're not. It is that simple. Never mind Democrat, never mind Republican, never mind MAGA. Do you support this amazing country called the United States of America? Stop right there. I didn't ask you if you support Trump. I didn't ask you if you are MAGA, if you want to put on a red hat. Question number one, do you support this great country we know as the United States of America? Now we have a starting point for discussion. Because after that, that's where you can go. Well, who do you think's better for the United States of America as a whole? Not you, not myopic. Don't be in this little box. Who's better for America? And I think it started with the whole concert thing. I saw something that I wanted to bring up, and President Trump now knows a lot of these people are canceling. And he posted this, and it says, I understand artists are getting the yips having to do with their performance on Wednesday, so I'm thinking about bringing the #1 attraction anywhere in the world, the man who gets much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, and he does so without a guitar, the man who loves our country more than anyone else, and the man who some say is the greatest president in history, the GOAT, Donald J. Trump, to take the place of these highly paid, third-rate artists and give a major speech rallying the country forward like I have done ever since being president. 2 years ago, the United States was dead. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I don't want to see so-called artists that get paid far too much money who aren't happy. That's really important. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I only want to be surrounded by happy people. Let me stop right there. That is a message for each one of you. I only want to be surrounded by happy people. Let's not wallow into X and Facebook and deal with all the scum and all the savagery. I'm not interested in hearing it. I want to be around, I want to talk about people who want America to be great. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are on. And so he continues and he says, smart people, successful people, and people that know how to win. Nobody wants to be around losers. Think about that for a second. The Democrat Party is a cauldron of losers. They've been getting their butt kicked. They don't like America. They want to change America. They want to steal. They want to cheat. These people are losers. So why would you give them your time? So by copy of this truth, I am ordering my representatives to look at the feasibility of doing an America is Back rally on Wednesday. Same time, same location, only great patriots invited. It will be a wild and beautiful celebration of America, President Donald J. Trump. And some of you guys may be thinking, well, why didn't you just do that to begin with? And I told you my opinion. My opinion was, let's make this a diverse celebration. Let's bring in some soul groups. Let's bring in these groups. Because after he had done what he just said, if you look at the word again, he only great patriots invited. That's why I'm talking patriotism tonight. That's all I want to be around, and that's all who needs to come. Great patriots. If he had said that in advance, what would have happened? Oh, racist, racist, racist. Oh, racist, racist, racist. You're telling me somebody has to, be a great patriot in order to come sing at this event. Yeah. Now you got no choice. Now we only want great patriots. You don't bother applying. Don't bother showing up. If you're not a great patriot, you can't come. That's the standard. That's your entry fee at this point. That's what we all should have as our entry fee. He said it, not me. Only great patriots invited. We are now going to measure you based upon your patriotism. Not what party you're in, not if you're wearing a red hat, only by your allegiance to the flag. That's the measuring stick. That's your entry. That is your ticket. If you don't love America, if you're not a great patriot, sorry, can't have you. Now they can't say anything to him. If he puts up there Jason Aldean and Kid Rock and Lee Bryce and Leonard Skinner and Bocephus, don't say anything. You had your chance. Now I only want great patriots. Well, great patriots might just mean all white people. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. There's a lot of great black patriots, but you're going to have to pledge your allegiance, not to Donald Trump, but to the flag. If you can't pledge allegiance, don't bother coming. Don't need you, don't want you. And just like you would expect, well, people on the left are going to freak out about this, but then we had people on the right freaking out about it, and it pissed me off something bad. I saw this by Matt Walsh. You really can't imagine a better way to say, somebody said, I can't imagine a better way to celebrate this event. And he says, then listening to Trump give a speech for the 10,000th time, not sure I believe you. At any rate, America's birthday should not be about Trump. He isn't the star, the country is. Matt, you were so hateful about Trump, you completely missed it. It is about the country. Now he's talking about, I don't want to hear a speech from Trump for the 10,000th time. Okay, let me ask you a question. In February of 1964, I was just a little wee tyke, but I remember being in my mom's and dad's living room when Ed Sullivan show. It's a really big shoe. I remember that. Some of you guys may be older than me and really understand the Ed Sullivan show. But in February of 1964, this band showed up in America and drove people nuts. Absolutely crazy. The band was the Beatles. It is 60 years later, and Paul McCartney's still playing songs, and people are still going to the concerts. Even the guy who hates Trump, Springsteen. People have heard Thunder Road. They've heard Rosalita. They've heard Jungle Land. They've heard these songs over and over and over and over and over, and they still go. Taylor Swift. Her songs, she doesn't really change her set list that much. They go and they see them over and over and over. Bon Jovi's been around for 40, 50 years. I'm a cowboy. Hey, yeah, he's playing cowboy. Wanted, dead or alive. Motley Crue Vince Neil can barely walk. He needs oxygen in between songs. Can't even remember the lyrics. People still go see Motley Crue. Poor Axl Rose. He lost his voice. Still, people go to see the show. People don't care that they've heard the song 10,000 times. If you turn on a radio and you're on Sirius and you click the station you want to hear, you're going to pick that station where the songs that you know. I can't pick a Spanish station. I don't know anybody singing or what they're saying. But I will hit Classic Rewind. I will hit Hair Nation. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm a metalhead. I will hit Ozzy's Boneyard. I will hear Ozzy Osbourne, who died recently, all the way back when he was in Black Sabbath and singing War Pigs. Doesn't mean I don't love the music. I don't love the band. Doesn't mean I wouldn't go see Ozzy if he was still alive. Aerosmith. the bad boys from Boston when I was growing up. Heard all the songs. Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, all of them. Although Seasons of Wither was probably my favorite. My point being is, Matt Walsh, you don't get it. He is the star. He is the headliner. He is going to give a speech that many of us have heard 10,000 times. And you know what? Fans of him and what he stands for will show up. Just like they'd show up if Boston was playing. My first concert was Boston, 38 Special, and Rick Derringer. Rick Derringer opened the show, didn't know nothing about him, but I knew he had one song, and here it is, 50 years later, he's still playing Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. I'm probably taking you guys through your FM dials. You're like, damn, Barry, rock and Roll Hoochie Coo? Yeah, it was a song he wrote for Johnny Winter. Johnny Winter said, I don't like it, you sing it. Every single one of you watching this right now can go through any concert, any band, Frampton Comes Alive, you know your albums, and you're like, I still listen to that. It reminds me of a time. It reminds me of how things used to be. It reminds me of my first time I went on a date and I put in, XYZ song. I was listening to the radio today and Honky Tonk Woman came on. Do you know when Honky Tonk Woman came out by the Stones? Keith Richards, I don't even know if he had started doing drugs then. And here it is 60 years later, and we're still listening to the Stones. And every one of you who listens to the Stones or any other band will say, I remember that. It means something. America means something to some people, and we don't want to let go of that. And we shouldn't let go of that. We should never let go of that. We should fight for it. You want maximum warfare everywhere all the time? I can't think of a better fight to have than making sure we're standing up to fight for America. And if that means that we're going to listen to President Trump give the same speech or adding some things, or he does a weave, it's not because we haven't heard it before. It's because we love the message, we love the country, and we love the camaraderie. Matt, you missed it. I don't know if you're too young to understand that, but you completely missed it. You failed. You failed by saying people shouldn't be listening to President Trump. This is it. If we don't get this thing right, if we don't get these judges under control, if we don't get these Democrats defeated and vanquished, we won't have the opportunity to listen to somebody like President Trump. We won't be able to stand on in the rows and salute a band. Robin and I just recently went to see Santana. Santana played Woodstock, 1969. And Robin and I paid $1,500 a ticket just to listen to this man sing. Well, he doesn't sing, play his guitar. Why? I got to turn down the radio. Every single one of you can go to a liquor store and buy a 12-pack and have just the cheapest beers you want. It's about the experience. And there's no better experience than America. It's why I'm here. It's why you're here. It's why so many people are here. And I'm not ready to give that up. And if these other bands say they don't want to do it, then that's fine. Now we know who we have to go after. We need to go after great, unimpeded, no embarrassment, ready to pledge allegiance, not to a man, but to a country. And so all you people that don't want to show up, all you ones that want to complain, you're telling us already. You're telling us you don't support America. And if you don't support America, and this is where it's going to get hard for you, if you don't support America, you are my enemy. I don't need you to follow Donald Trump. I don't need you to be happy about MAGA. You can hate MAGA. You hate your country, you're my enemy. That's it. That's what I got for you. I mean, it's just that simple. So we're going to show you in a little bit. We're going to talk about some people that are like you, but you probably don't realize they're like you. SP, what you got, man?
Hey, good evening. Man, that's a great intro. I'm going to read something that, in case some patriots have just forgotten, it's our flag does not fly because the wind blows it. It flies with the last breath of every soldier who died protecting it.
Yeah. I love that. Who said that?
It's a meme.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have just
And
to let you guys know, I have like 60 truth posts to go over. We'll have to do that probably in between commercials while Laura's talking, but he was prolific today. I mean,
oh,
and it
yeah,
just seems like every post was about being patriotic.
I love it. I mean, I grew up as the same time as you did, and I remember being in school with my hand on my over my heart, reading the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
I posted it in the chat earlier, and I haven't forgotten it. I mean, I don't know why is being a patriot such a bad thing? It's just like MAGA. Trump
Well,
posted something where he talked about why is it bad to be a patriot, like making America great again. They're so delusional. The TDS has just totally warped their thinking in their minds, and
mhm.
some of them are never going to come back. Some of them have. We like Christina in the chat. She was a Democrat. She saw the light, and I'm glad she's with us. But
She saw a different light, a light that is
oh, the Lord,
basically superlative to anything else. She became a
right,
Christian,
right,
and
right,
then that light, no, you get the big spotlight once you put that light on. And so it wasn't
absolutely,
a matter of changing parties. She changed her entire perspective. Thank God.
yeah. Well, I had some other stories, but I want to keep it all positive. I had the one about the Boston mayor. I can't even. I don't even want to read it. It's just so crazy. Did you see it by any chance?
No,
I
let's
probably.
hold that
I
to tomorrow
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I like it's
Yeah. Keep it
8:30.
all.
Yeah, it's
Keep it positive.
8:30 and she comes on at 9. So I mean we got
Yeah.
a tight window. So let me just let's get ready and start the show because there's a whole I mean
Okay.
I'm gonna go through all these hopefully all these things after she talks, but I know that because they're network, it won't be late. She'll be on at 9 o'clock. So
Okay.
we're gonna run.
I do have one story about Mr. Jeffries. He's crying a lot, and I'm drinking a lot of his tears. So he apparently has fallen into a lot of despair. So I think his maximum warfare everywhere. He apparently realizes now that Republicans are going to gain those 12
Yeah.
U.S. House seats. So he's thinking, "Oh, what happened to that blue wave?" So that's a good news. That's some good
That
news.
that's why we're seeing what's happening with the
Right.
craziness right now with the
Cause and
judges.
effect.
We'll talk about that tomorrow too, because
Okay.
what the heck is talk? Did I hit a button somewhere? Because
Oh.
something started. Hold on. All right, let me get going. So I got
All
to
right.
find
See
it
you
out
soon.
here.
All right.
If you're over 45 and you've noticed your ankles swelling at the end of the day, or there's puffiness in your face when you look in the mirror, or just have a heavy, sluggish feeling no matter how well you eat, well, listen up. It's not your age and it's not your fault. Doctors call it lymphatic congestion. And here's what most people don't know. Unlike your blood, your lymphatic system has no pump. There's no heart pushing it along. It only moves when you move, through muscle contraction and deep breathing. So between sitting all day, dehydration, processed food, and the natural slowdown that kicks in after 45, it's no wonder things back up. And when they do, you get swelling, you get puffiness, you get brain fog, and stubborn weight that just won't come off. So I started digging in, and I found a formula that works. Lymph MD from Nation Health MD. Lisa King, a licensed pharmacist, formulated it with 9 natural botanicals: dandelion root, burdock, turmeric, bromelain. These are the same ingredients herbalists have trusted for generations to get things moving again. If you try it, you'll notice changes in about 2 weeks. Your rings will start fitting comfortably again. Socks won't leave imprints. That heavy feeling in your legs will dissipate, and you'll likely feel a clean, steady energy that you haven't felt in years, with no jitters and no crash. LympMD is only available at nationhealthmd.com, and every bottle comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. 365 days. For those of you checking your calendar, that's a full year to try it risk-free. My viewers here at the Fanfare family can get it 35% off with code BARRYGIFT for a short time. The link is also in the description below. Trust me, your body will thank you.
One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet who millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Before I get started, I got a really nice $100 super chat on Rumble, and it's from a gentleman. His handle is Jitterroot. He says, Barry, come do security for my band when we play in West Palm. I'd love to come see you, but I don't know if I could do security. It reminds me of that Toby Keith song. I'm as good once as I ever was. but thank you very much, and I'd love to come see your band. The security part, maybe I can check IDs or, make sure nobody's going backstage or something. But if we have to get into it, I might not be the guy anymore. Like I said, I can go once. I'm pretty sure I could go once. Anyway, thank you very much for that, and let's look at something here.
If you can hear the background, ladies and gentlemen, we're filming at a food festival here in Glastonbury, Connecticut.
When I was 2 years old, I said to my mother, I want to meet every person in the world. And I am still doing that.
Being a kid, it was a dream of mine to be a pro wrestler.
I was born like this. I was born to rise, and I was born to shine.
Right now, I'm a social studies teacher at a vocational high school here in Connecticut. It's a really great place, and where people really do care about each other and look out for each other.
So I grew up here in Connecticut in a town called Hamden. And my mother, who is Jewish, learned to cook Italian food, learned to understand Polish, and I'm still friends with the people on that street.
My family came here from Italy.
My great-grandparents are from Italy.
My father immigrated from Kent County, England.
My grandparents came from Russia.
It's like when you're cooking, right? If you just use one spice, it's kind of boring. But if you could put a bunch of different spices that are coming from all over and you put it together, you got something special.
I'm Captain Payne.
I'm Nightmare Wonderland.
I'm Brawley.
And this is our American story.
I'm brawly. I like how he said that. So what you're seeing is there's been a whole bunch of stories compiled from people across America that you probably would never run into, that you would probably never come across, who feel like you do. I didn't say they were Trump supporters. They love America. And we're seeing these people, again, in the least of places you would think. That was from Connecticut. And I started watching these things today, and I'm like, I got to show people this. Understanding we can't judge a book by its cover anymore. We just need to see their exuberance and how they feel about America.
I think New Mexico, in and of itself, has a lot of charm. It does have its challenges, but it also has some of the most beautiful landscapes and sceneries in the nation and in the Southwest. It has some of the most beautifully diverse and culturally rich cultures and peoples. And it's a place of freedom.
Santa Fe is the oldest capital city.
Did you notice what he said? Freedom. I've never been to New Mexico, and obviously these people are New Mexicans and obviously from a Hispanic heritage, and the thing that got freedom is what we love. All right, so I can sit at the table with you. We can discuss other stuff, but I know that you've got you got the basic standard. You love America.
In the country. We are over 400 years old, but that just shows how rich in history Santa Fe and New Mexico truly is.
I believe there is a lot of pride to be from here. The diversity, the culture, the tradition. It's the evening time, so I'll say Hawakun or Sengikun. Now kawen Tampovi Martinez, now e pohoge winge. Hello, good evening. My name is Tampovi Martinez and I come from San Ildefonso Pueblo, also known as where the water cuts through. There is not only a lot of spiritual history and ancestral ties to the land itself, but what I find really special and unique is that this place was once the ocean floor, and you can see it in the way that the plateaus are formed and the way that the rock formations exist.
I have a great affinity for this area, northern New Mexico. There's a power to the land. There's a power to our Mother Earth here that people feel. That's a part of my creativity as a painter.
When I returned from New York City, I was a professional dancer and an artist, and I came home and saw a community of young people with no outlet for creativity, let alone the arts. And I had just had an extraordinary career at the highest level in dance, and I thought, goodness, I should try to offer the young people here the same opportunity that I had.
We are trying to keep our traditions and our cultures alive, and the existence of my people and my ancestors have shifted and changed over thousands, hundreds of years, like not only migrating from place to place, we've had multiple evolutions, so to say, culturally, societally, and it's important to stay connected to that and realize that our roots tie us all together to a time before now.
We believe that cultivating a new generation of young people who really understand their place, their passion, and their purpose in the world is critically important.
I feel like it's so important in order to preserve our culture and our people and our traditions.
I've always said Santa Fe is the great meeting place of the future, and I still feel that way.
And I'm just thankful to live in a community that is so welcoming, not only to the history, but welcoming to what the future holds for us.
See, it's interesting as I was watching this, the Democrats have tried to make you think you can't have culture and be patriotic at the same time, which is complete BS. My father was Jamaican heritage, and every Sunday we had a big giant Jamaican dinner, and the ladies would cook and the men would play dominoes and drink crazy rum, and they brought that culture with them. But then again, my father decided to join the army and jump out of airplanes and be a paratrooper because he loved America. And I think the Democrats have put culture over patriotism, not realizing we live in a country that allows your culture to continue to prosper if you believe in the country. And I understand every single one of these videos that you're going to see in this montage I put together were put together by America 250. which obviously operates under the auspices of the White House.
The reason I'm part of the US 250 is because I believe in the United States. I believe in the people here. I believe in hard work. I believe in the United States as a whole. I believe in those who are struggling to come up from the bottom like I did. I believe in those who are in power in our government who are trying to make the world better. I believe in our government. And when I was asked to be on part of the 250, I believe that I can make a difference in a positive way and something that will last throughout time. Growing up on a farm in southwestern Minnesota meant getting up and having eggs, bacon, toast, an all-American meal, and then going out in the field. As a kid, I learned to throw a bale of hay. I learned how to milk a cow. I learned how to do everyday work, including taking eggs from the chickens as they pecked at you when you took their eggs. But it's an everyday farmer's life and a wonderful family life. What I've learned to appreciate in Minnesota as a fourth-generation farmer's daughter is the appreciation of family. We have a lot to give. We have the Northern Lights, we have camping, we have hiking, we have fishing, but we also have the city where there's a lot of the arts, and those are appreciated too. So we have a very nice cross-section. My name is Wendy Peterson Bjorn. I'm from Minnesota, and this is my American story.
I love this. I mean, and there's probably people who can relate baling hay and getting eggs from the chicken coop and understanding just because I live in Minnesota doesn't mean I'm not a patriot. Doesn't mean that I don't understand America 250. This is my American story. And as I was going through this, I'm like, nope, I don't know how many people have seen these things. Well, I do know because these videos were basically almost impossible to find. And I'm thinking you guys put all this money to go film these videos, to go research and find these people and the film crews, and nobody's seeing them.
I was born and raised in Indiana and went on to schools in Whitley County, Indiana. Growing up for me, it seemed very unstressful. I lived out in the country and lived on a farm, and that farm actually put me through college later on. And it was just a wonderful place as I looked back to live and to grow up. One of the things that I have worked on to find out about my family and my roots, and I looked and found that I probably had patriots in the Revolutionary War. And so I went to work looking back, and over those first years I found 3 patriots, one in Massachusetts, one in Connecticut, and one in New York. And in fact, when I went out to visit was in Connecticut, but I found the earliest Hurd, which is my maiden name. He was buried out there in 1678. He had come from England, and he was buried there. And I stood there at that gravesite. His stone is still very readable, and it was just hard to walk away, trying to tell him how important what he had done, who had started the American dream for me and my family. My name is Charlotte Sue Hurd Blair, and this is my American story.
Can you imagine you could trace back people in your family to the American Revolution, patriots, and that's what she did? That's simply amazing. And I think many of us may have those kind of historical ties, but the people on the left won't even look because they're slave owners. They tried to do everything to take away your American pride. And the fact that her relatives were basically fighting the American Revolution, that's something to be extremely proud of.
Alaska is so unique. People don't even realize that when they come up here to visit how big Alaska is.
We are a vast state, but we are all human. We all have the same basic needs and wants.
The diversity is so unique, and it should be celebrated as part of the United States.
I feel like I was meant to be born in Alaska. I love it with all my heart.
The minute I got off the plane, I thought, this is home, and I'm never leaving.
I came up to go to UAF, turned into 28 years, and still an adventure. I love the outdoors, fishing, going hunting, hiking, and I like the winter. It's a good place for that.
When the snow starts to fall and it gets 40 below, that's what brought me to Fairbanks, and that's why I stayed.
What isn't special about Fairbanks? There's no community like Fairbanks. Everyone looks out for each other.
People are so nice. If you're broken down on the side of the road and it's negative 30, people will stop to help you. Every time. Fairbanks is just my home, always will be, forever.
Linford Twins, take one. Bring in the heat.
We're here in Sedona today. The Red Rocks are captivating.
I'm an Arizona Sun Devil, and I'm a proud American.
Arizona is that kind of special place that draws people in, and once you come, you tend to stick around.
Arizona is unique in many different ways. We have beautiful sunsets.
We have our canyons, we have our mountains, the trees, the water, the rivers, the lakes.
It's a melting pot in many ways. More and more people seem to be coming to Sedona. It's on their bucket list because they want to feel the energy.
Arizona is so unique. I mean, we're known by our 5 C's: cotton, climate, copper, citrus, and cattle. And if that doesn't encompass everything that people want, I don't know what does.
Arizona is special and unique because this is where mavericks thrive.
As a young Diné woman, it's very important that we keep our language going. Again, there's not many people who speak our language. So things like talking to the young ones, especially because they're the future generation, is where we would start.
The American spirit is that although you go...
What'd she say? She said the American spirit, although she's probably of Native American descent, the American spirit. I wanted to stop there because when I heard her say that, something clicked in my mind. And if you remember last week, what did Hakeem Jeffries say? Hakeem Jeffries came out and declared he wanted to, quote, break our spirit. And at that point, things should have went off in people's minds like, what? Wait a second, you want to break our spirit? Well, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Hey, girls can boys can become girls, and you should be able to rip out anything out of your womb anytime you want, and there should be no God, and there should be no Bibles, and we should be letting people come to... They're trying to break your spirit. And as this woman was talking, it just dawned on me, like, that's it. These people, far from the political spectrum, aren't probably on X, aren't listening to some of the crazy stuff. They're different probably, but again, that bottom basis point, that standard, I'm a patriot, I am an American. At that point, I can have a conversation with you.
Through challenges, you cannot break the spirit of a people. And I feel that's where our Navajo...
You cannot break the spirit of people. Their objective, their stated objective is to break your spirit. You can't let them. If it means going through a complete, X-Ozempic, meaning we're going to cut this off, we're not going to eat any more X for a while, maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to pull back and go, that isn't good for me. I need to be around people like that. We may not agree politically. She may hate Trump. But that first question, almost like when Robin and I first met, and I almost flubbed it. Are you a Christian? No, I'm Catholic. No, you're an idiot. Do you love America? Yeah. Now we have someplace to talk. Now I have a basis. Do you realize there are people out there that want to break your spirit?
Who people are, they're still practicing their Diné way of life. You see many of the children and women here that still dress traditionally. We still wear our jewelry. Our jewelry is a connection to our holy people. The Navajo people have been here for time immemorial. We are tied to this land. That's the American spirit.
The American spirit for me is the pursuit of happiness and understanding that this pursuit is worth it every single day.
The American spirit is limitless. It's fearless. It's new horizons. It's adventure.
I've been able to do things.
Is it? Where you're sitting right now, is your American spirit limitless? Is it fearless? Well, you're about to be tested. Over the next 5 or 6 months, you are going to be tested. You're going to find out how strong your spirit really is. There are people out there who just can't take what's going on, what they see every single day. But you have to realize the commonality, who we are together, is bigger than these idiots who are trying to destroy us.
As a woman that I could not have done if this great nation had not adopted me. And so I would be living a very different life. So it has given me education. It has given me a road, a pathway to giving a better legacy to my own child.
My story is I'm an immigrant from Mexico, who came to the United States because it was the American dream, and I've been really fortunate to live that American dream, and I'm grateful for it every single day.
I am so proud to be an American, and I'm so proud to be an Arizonan.
Ready, 1, 2, ready, go.
I love Maryland. I love the culture. I love the people. I love the crabs.
There's a lot of pride in this area, just really big on crabs.
My husband actually makes better crab cakes than we've ever found in any restaurant. It is a special something that he puts in there. So I'll tell you, but I'm not going to tell you on camera.
I was born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland. It feels like home mostly. It's a big community, so I can go to different parts of our city and I know everyone. I know that one of my ancestors bought his own freedom and started his family and lived in Maryland. It screams the American way to be able to forge a new path for yourself, for your family.
It screams the American way to be able to forge your own path, to come here with nothing, build yourself up and forge your own path. Democrats don't want to talk to people like this. They don't want people thinking, hey, you can actually do something in this country. They have to keep people subjected. They have to keep them thinking that they're just wards of the state. But as you're watching this, I know what you're probably thinking is, wait a minute, Maryland? New Mexico, Minnesota, as you saw, Arizona is kind of purple, but a lot of these are blue states and they got normal people there. You have to wonder what they're thinking with everything they're seeing happening.
And set yourself up for success in the future.
You won't find a Marylander that doesn't have their flag on something, a sock, a keychain. We definitely have a lot of spirit here. I love the state of Maryland.
That's the word that I kept hearing, spirit, which is the same thing he wants to break. I'm sorry for breaking in so much. I just want to punctuate. I won't break in too much more. Let's just go.
And I just do. And I can't imagine ever living anywhere else.
What is the American story?
What you're doing for your community. We are the land of the free, but not everything is free.
Has to be distilled down to when we fall down, let's try again and let's try better.
I think probably the main story that comes to my mind in terms of my family's background and how it connects to the American story is my mother arriving during World War II with her family making its way out from the Blitz.
I believe the spirit of America has been like a melting pot. You know, it's not built by one group or collective at any given time. Throughout the history of America, a lot of people have helped build this country.
Uh-oh. Wait a second. He's going against what Mandami says. It's not about a collective. These people were given a voice. This Airstream that's driving through the towns here, and they're just, I don't know where they're setting it up, this America 250 trailer. And people are going into the trailer and making videos. I'd love to have this job. I would love to have just driven around and walked into a restaurant or a store and walked in and say, are you proud of America? Yeah, would you might want to come out and make a video? Sure. What do I got to say? Whatever you feel about America and what it's done for you. That's all I want you to say. Yeah, come on out. Awesome.
American is not always easy. It's certainly challenging, but it's certainly one that we continue to show that as Americans, no matter what challenges we have, we can persevere.
To me, the American spirit embodies ambition and drive. I think being in America, there's just endless opportunities to pursue whatever you are passionate about. Immediately from a young age, I was instilled in me that I could do whatever I wanted to, so there was no limit to
Immediately, it was instilled into me as a young woman, young girl, I could do whatever I want. That message is not being promulgated in the blue circles. You have to have the state take care of you. The state has to give you food. The government has to give you food. The government's got to give you a bus pass. You can't do it on your own. And I'm listening to this woman talk like I was told I could do it. I could do whatever I wanted. That's awesome.
my dreams.
You can't go wrong in Vermont. It's such a historical state.
My favorite part when I first moved here was the history. Oh my God. You know, it's like this doorway to the most important part of our free country.
The fact that it's so informal, it just feels comfortable.
You can look around, look how beautiful it is. Living in rural America makes me really proud to be an American. We do all work together as a community.
Everyone looks out for each other up here, and it's something that you can't really find anywhere else.
There's a pickle festival that happens once a year not far from here, and a garlic fest that takes over the entire town for days at a time, and just a lot of quirky, weird activities that happen here.
I know. It wasn't by accident that they took pictures of these women with babies. That's something else President Trump was posting about earlier in terms of that's what they've tried to take away from us. And this is in Vermont. This is Bernie Sanders' country. And these people are just talking great about America.
People walking on the streets. But they still kept that small town feel. We all embrace each other.
There's no better place to come back to than Vermont.
We're here on Dover Days, and it's always the first weekend in May.
It just feels different in Delaware, like it's the first state, and that feeling and that pride, you can feel it every day.
250 years ago, our nation, 13 colonies, launched the most extraordinary experiment in human self-governance. The first state to sign on was the state of Delaware. We're proud of that.
You can get up and down the state within 2 hours, from north to south. You can go across the state within an hour.
Beautiful beaches, big cities, nice rolling hills, suburbia. There's a lot to do within a day's drive.
It's so small, it's so close, everyone knows each other. We know our politicians, we know our U.S. senators.
In Delaware, we don't have 6 degrees of separation, we have 1 degree. You may not know somebody, but you know someone who knows that person.
Oh, I know this person too. Everybody just know everybody.
That's what makes it fun.
Joe Biden's home area, Delaware. And there's people, they were dressed up in American Revolution garb. I found the post that President Trump put up, and I wanted to show it to you. And it said, billions were spent to convince you that this is evil. Building a family, going out there. These people have to be, obviously, are white, but there's no preclusion of anybody building a family. They've spent billions to try and convince you that that is evil. That, what they've been trying, is actually evil.
I'd be so glad when the sun goes down. I'd be so glad when the sun goes down, when the sun goes down. I'd be so glad when the sun goes down. I wanna lie down when the sun goes down, when the sun goes down, when the sun goes down.
I'm going to come back to her because it's 8:58 and Donald Trump and Lara Trump are going to be coming on. And so it's a very important piece this woman is singing. She's from Georgia, and I don't want to go through the middle of it and interrupt. So we'll come back and finish this off once Lara Trump is done. And I'm looking at the screen right here. It is 8:59. So they're probably going to run a quick commercial, and then she will be on. Quickly, SV, you got anything?
Yeah, I just read something from Eric Doherty. I don't know if it's verified, but 1 minute ago, just in, President Trump just went art of the deal mode on Iran, reportedly sending a tougher version of the peace framework to the regime, which could pressure them into accepting a deal quicker. And it has New York Times after it, so I don't know if that's anything that can verify it, but I haven't seen anything on Truth Social. He says, keep pushing 47.
Did Trump post it or just Eric?
Eric did. I'm looking, the only thing that has is NYT after the message. So nothing on True Social to verify that. So I'm looking, I'm scouring, but it was 1 minute ago, literally off the press.
It'd be interesting if they timed it, if they timed that release with the show coming up, because nothing's by accident. There's no coincidences.
There's no coincidences, of course, yeah.
It's like I'm getting ready to go. Well, it's a taped interview. It's not live, but nonetheless, it's being broadcast at 9 p.m. And then you just happen to see that as well. So things could be happening with that.
I'll keep looking. I'll try to verify. If I see something from Trump, I will send it to you so you can break in.
I'm just waiting for them to go through their commercials at this point. Because you have 9 o'clock on your timing? Yeah, I got 9 o'clock.
Exactly 9 p.m. Yes.
All right. So let me run my break while we're waiting for her to come on. That way I can cut to it. Thanks, man.
Back to Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
I love working on a broadcast clock. When you have a broadcast clock and you have to hit deadlines and times, it's so much different because you know something's coming on in 90 seconds, 60 seconds. It looks like Fox is a little bit behind. Mark Levin is wrapping up right now. So here it goes. Good timing there. Let's see here. And bada bing, bada boom.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great Saturday night. Welcome back to My View. Thanks to this president, we are closer than ever before to eliminating the nuclear threat from Iran. After Situation Room deliberations, President Trump reaffirmed America's priorities towards ending this conflict for good. He said the U.S. will dig up and destroy the remaining nuclear dust and in time bring the Middle East towards stability and peace. This is an important moment, and one that likely may never have come again if not for the courage of this administration and our incredible military. So despite the political points that some try to score over our involvement overseas or the pressure at the gas pump, the chance to remove weapons from the hands of those who would chant death to America is a chance we can't pass up. And we sat down with the president at the White House this week to understand his mindset towards these negotiations. Okay, well, Mr. President, thank you for welcoming us back here to the White House.
Thank you.
One of the things that I think everybody wants to talk about with you is Iran. Obviously, I know it's top of mind for you. You have actually said you either want a good deal or no deal at all with Iran. So what does a good deal look like for you?
Well, first of all, there's no deal that's good enough because the media will cover it. We're making a great deal. We're going to make it a great deal. Or we'll just go back and finish it off militarily. But this would go faster. It's probably better on a humane standpoint. There's something nice about it also. You save a lot of lives. Whether it's the other side or not, you save a lot of lives. But we're close to a very good deal, and if we can make it good, otherwise we just start up with the Department of War, as we call it. And it's been very successful. You saw Venezuela. It was a one-day win, and this is really a win already. We've defeated their military, essentially defeated their military. I would rather get a deal because we can open the strait immediately upon signing. The one guarantee that I have to have is that there will be no nuclear weapons. They've agreed to that. And it was very interesting. They originally said, we will not develop a nuclear weapon. I said, well, what happens if you buy a nuclear weapon? So now it says we will not develop or in any way purchase a military weapon. That's a big difference. So we're getting what we want slowly. Very tough negotiators. It takes a long time. I'm in no hurry. I'd like to say I'm in a hurry because, gasoline prices are going to come tumbling down. But if you're going to be in a hurry, you're not going to make a good deal. And slowly but surely, we're getting, I think, what we want. And if we don't get what we want, we're going to end it a different way.
So that's interesting because I think everyone has acknowledged that the United States has been in a defensive position against Iran. They've been aggressive to some extent, and we've been defensive. Is there a line that they would cross for you to go on the offensive again militarily?
Well, a deal that wasn't going to be good for us is the line, ultimately, because, I'm playing it out, and we're going to see, and that's what I do. I negotiate. They negotiate. They're very good negotiators. They're crafty. But in the end, we have all the cards because we've defeated them militarily. Look, they have no Navy. Every ship, they have 159 ships. Every one of them are at the bottom of the sea. Every single one. We take pictures of them. We have people going down taking pictures of hundreds of ships. Their Navy is totally gone, 100%. Their Air Force is totally gone, 100%. Their military, we've sort of left it alone because we think that their military is somewhat moderate. They have other people that aren't moderate. We've taken them out. We've taken different forms of leadership out. We've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that. Because mistakes have been made in wars where you wipe out everybody and then you have a country that's, for 40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with Iraq. We did so bad. That was such a foolish thing, what we did. Shouldn't have been there in the first place, by the way. And shouldn't have been in Iran. But Iran has the capability. If we didn't hit them with the B-2 bombers 9 months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon right now. And it would be a whole different story. Probably would have used it. You probably wouldn't have had you wouldn't have had Israel, but you probably wouldn't have had a Middle East. And then where do they go from there? And you get to see that when you see that when we went back, they had missiles aimed at Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain. They all got hit. And we were surprised. I was surprised. Actually, I viewed it as a positive because all those people came immediately to our side. They got hit. Now, they could have taken another view. They could have said, well, we want no part of it. Not that they like it, but they came to our side. And Iran is in a very bad position. They have no military. All they have is good talk, and they have a fake press. The fake news is probably their biggest asset. And I put something out on Truth the other day that I think was very profound. It said that we wipe out their military, we wipe out their Navy, their Air Force, their anti-aircraft, we wipe out everything, we wipe out their leadership, and then we wipe out their leadership a second time. And then at 2.5 times, we're dealing with the other half. And by the way, they're much more reasonable, and you could say that's regime change. But I said, so they would then raise the white flag of surrender. We give up to the great American military, the most powerful military. We give up, we give up, we give up. The New York Times would say, Iran has fought bravely and has defeated the United States of America. I mean, the coverage is so bad. You have a big win in a battle, and they say you lost. You knock out their entire Navy, and they say their Navy's doing fantastically. No, it was defeated, totally defeated. And they say, it's just a terrible thing for our country. And, to really be great, you need a fair media. And we don't have a fair media. I mean, that's all they can do is lie.
Well, that's
they
the
have
Democrats.
No policy.
They have nothing to go on.
They're Democrats, okay?
Yeah.
They have no policy. We have a new name for them, Democrats. I call them, I will always call them until they straighten up, Democrats, because they want women to be put in danger by having men play in women's sports. Think of it. They want the transgender mutilization of your children. They want open borders. We want open borders. They want high taxes. They voted against the tax cuts. They voted against no taxes on tips. They voted against no taxes on Social Security. They voted against no taxes on overtime. These have been so important. But the Democrats voted against all of that. But we call them Democrats, and it works out well because I take the word dumb, take the B off, because most people don't know that, dumb ends with a B, but most people don't know. And all I do is I switch the E with a U, and you have a Democrat. And I came up with that by watching Hakeem Jeffries, because he's a dumb person. And I said, he's really dumb. I said, wait a minute, he's a Democrat. So I think it works. I don't know that it's going to be as good as Pocahontas or fake news or so many of the others that we've come up with, but I'm going to just call them Democrats, because I don't understand how they can be so stupid.
I'd imagine if you could have timed things perfectly, having a conflict just in front of the midterm elections at a time like this isn't ideal. You acknowledge the high gas prices. You have consistently been willing to do the hard things, the things that your predecessor said should have been done, but they didn't have the guts to do them. You have taken them on, and Iran is a great example of that.
Well, you have a problem, a structural problem, because you have the midterms, you have the elections. Well, that's going to go on for hundreds of years, every 2 years. So you have really a very small window. So if you wanted to play that game, then you would wait till the midterms are over, and then the following hour, you'll attack Iran, because they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Most people agree with me on that. But then it gets maybe carried into, the next election, whether it's a midterm or not. So you have a very short window for doing anything having to do with war. But I don't view that window. I view it, I have to do what's right. When I attacked Venezuela, it was really, I was hit hard. Now, I did that because of what they've done to our country in terms of sending prisoners in and drugs in and all the other stuff. We have drugs down 97%, fentanyl and various drugs down 97% on drugs coming in by water. Now we're starting the land, and it's going to be it's actually easier. The land is much easier. The drug boats that are, for the most part, no longer with us. In fact, the 3%, we're trying to figure out who would do that. I mean, they obviously don't watch television or don't watch the news. But that was very unpopular. As soon as I won, it became unbelievably popular. Well, we're winning Iran. It's a total win for us. I mean, we had to do it. Look, two things with Iran. Number one, the Strait has to be opened immediately and has to be free, no tolls, et cetera, et cetera. And number two is they can't have a nuclear weapon. That's all there is. It's very simple. And then we're going to get out of there. And we don't need the Strait. We don't need it because we have more. So we produce now, because of us, we produce more oil than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined ×2. Think of that. We'd double what they do. Add Saudi Arabia and Russia, multiply it ×2. And we're going to be much higher. We're the oil superpower, far greater than even Saudi Arabia, even Russia. But you add them up. These are two big monsters. You add them up, and we double it. We have a great country. We've had tremendous success. We have done things that are unbelievable. And I have tremendous support from Republicans. I mean, I never get support from Democrats. They won't. It's a different world than it was. It used to be they'd get together, they'd have lunch, they'd fight a little bit, they'd have bipartisan. I'm not sure that's possible because everything's so different. I want closed borders. I want people coming in legally. They want open borders. They want every criminal in the world to pour into our country. There are 25 million people, many of whom were criminals. 11,888 were murderers. Most of them committed more than one murder. I don't want them in our country. I'm sorry. And, so there are things like transgender mutilization of your children. They want that. They want men to play in women's sports. They want all these things. So I don't know. People say, can you ever get together? I don't know. I mean, the policies are so different. I want borders. They don't want borders. They want to get rid of, they want to get rid of your Second Amendment. I have to protect the Second Amendment. Then I have protected it. But we've done a lot. We've done really a lot. And more people are working in the United States right now than at any time ever before. We have more people working. We have $18 trillion, as you've heard many times. I say it all the time. Now, I haven't included the 12th month, but for 11 months, we have 18 trillion with a T, coming into our country. Biden in 4 years had a lot less than 1 trillion. And I will say this, if they won this election, I don't think we'd have a country anymore.
More with President Trump, plus a sneak peek of the White House ballroom site still ahead on My View.
Silver and gold are going to be under attack. You guys at this point know it. So you understand what is the most essential asset in your life is one you don't own. I'm talking about silver, the world's industrial The industrial world is running out of it. Despite all of this stuff, it's going to come back to the point where we have to have silver. AI, which President Trump keeps talking about, demands that we have silver. The U.S. government recently designated silver a critical mineral. Why? Because you can't build a single solar panel, electric vehicle, or modern computer without it. You definitely can't do AI without it. So for 5 straight years, we've used more silver than we can possibly mine. For those of you who took economics, that is complete supply and demand. Unlike paper money, producers can't just print more silver to meet this exploding demand. This isn't just a shiny metal. It's a matter of national security, and you're seeing it right now, how it goes down when the oil goes up. It's all being manipulated. Get your information, do your research, don't get caught flat-footed. It definitely is a matter of national security and economic survival. That's why experts see it hitting $150 an ounce, and Bank of America, they said it could climb up to $300 by the end of this year. Think about it. If the industries to power the world need it, if you need it to do everything with AI that President Trump is talking about, with these data centers and everything else, then you know this is a temporary thing, and you see it every other day. But you're going to have to do your own research. I personally own it. I continue to buy because I can tell where that puck is headed. So call my friends at Lear Capital, give them 10 minutes, and they'll help you get started today, or give them a call tomorrow, rather, 800-601-5430, 800-601-5430, or go to learberry.com and download a free silver report. And then read that report and start understanding what's going on in the market, because it's volatile, but there's a stability that has to be in place because they just can't make any more. And now after this whole thing, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't even tell you if it wasn't true. After this Iran thing is done, bada bing, bada boom, it's gonna explode. All right, man, you got anything? Oh, your camera blinked for a second.
Yeah, I was moving something. Testing, okay. 1, 2, 3. 5 by 5, 5 by 5.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
You're
all right.
Perfect.
All right. Now, just seeing what people are repeating during the Fox interviews. So they're just showing a few things. There's also they did a perp walk, DHS up there in New Jersey. They had a video showing one guy being taken out in handcuffs. So, yeah, they're trying, but they're failing miserably.
Now, while we were on break there, I also saw something about the idiot from Maine, the Nazi up there. Now it's coming out, all his text, and people are. I posted one. Somebody goes, "I don't care. It doesn't really matter. He could have texted my mom, and I'm still going to vote for him." So it's crazy.
Well, similarly, it's happening in L.A. Came out earlier that federal law enforcement have arrested an L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, peace ambassador, who's also a convicted murderer and active 18th Street gang member, and the man did it via, get this, an NGO.
Wow. Well, they don't care. They really don't care. They will do. No. They will do anything for power. Period. If it murderers, all kinds of stuff. They don't care. It is that they're that desperate at this point to get these Senate seats. I'm telling you, this Tallarico guy, who's in my mind a walking demon. I can't even imagine how much money they're going to spend in Texas to try and get this guy elected. They don't care.
It's money that's going to go up in flames, because Texans are not stupid people. They're going to vote smartly. And the same thing in LA. I really think that Spencer has a chance, because Bass it's like she runs her own criminal cartel. That's what it's like. She's running her cartel, right?
now I understand that they have 3 people running, the other lady and Bass, and so they're splitting the vote. Does it go to a runoff or anything?
I believe it does. I mean, Nitma Raman, her approval rate has gone down, so I think she's just in it to try to be negative about Pratt, with all the ads they're putting out. But he's doing the right thing. He's posting stuff about the obviously the poor animals that are being abused, and it's horrible. And also, he's going. Yeah.
Have you heard some of that stuff?
Oh,
She's back on. Okay, let's go.
Back we go.
So many accomplishments. One of them that you didn't even mention, rooting out fraud in our country, which I think has meant so much to the American people.
I think we can balance our budget, and JD's doing a great job with his team. And they've caught already hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And they haven't even gotten to California yet. California is very fraud. The whole thing is a fraud. The whole deal. Their elections are a fraud. Their mail-in votes are a fraud. But on the economic standpoint, if we find half of the fraud that's going on in this country, and we will, we're going to have a balanced budget very soon. Think of it.
It's amazing.
Which we haven't had for 30 years.
Well, despite all of the great things, we know as we head towards the midterms, you will have more Democrats out there talking about something that they have no business talking about, which is affordability. Yeah. And that is what they have said they want to run these midterms on. Obviously, you have set the country up so perfectly to make life more affordable on the other side of the Iran conflict. What is your message going to be, though?
What they are is they're good salesmen, but they have no policy. Their policy is horrible. I don't understand it. They never change it. I hate to bring it up. I like to bring it up just before the elections because they won't change men playing in women's sports. They won't, this transgender, this guy running in Texas, he says there are 6 genders. He wears a mask all the time. He's a disaster candidate, I'll tell you. I think Ken Paxton's going to absolutely just destroy him. I'm going to go out and do rallies for him. I think that, you look at their policy, you don't even understand. How can they want this? And as far as polling goes, it polls at, they always say 80-20. I think many of these things are 97-3. I think they're 100-0. I mean, did you see where CNN did a poll on me and I was 100% with MAGA? They couldn't believe it. Harry Enton, who seems like a nice guy, he's pretty legit. He gives me a lot of good polls, I'll tell you. But which means he's in trouble. His job must be in trouble. But he did a poll about the Republican Party and MAGA and Trump's popularity. And he said, he's at 100%. I don't believe that. It was actually 100% poll. Well, you saw that in the election the other night,
Well, that's a great point. All of your candidates, your record so far this primary season has been perfect. 9 Senate, 101 House, 8 gubernatorial candidates that you endorsed all advanced to the general election. I mean, that is remarkable.
So I'm at 87% in general elections. Nobody talks about that. That's pretty good, too. We have very bad elections. We really have to pass Save America Act. Save America Act is voter ID, very important, proof of citizenship, and no mail-in ballots, with exceptions if you're in the military or you're disabled or you're sick or something, or you're going on vacation. I'll be liberal on that subject, okay, to use a term that nobody uses anymore. But no, with exceptions. And the mail-in ballots, no other country in the world is doing mail-in voting anymore because it's a fraud. You cannot keep it honest. There's no way of keeping it honest. The Republican Senate has to get going. The House has passed it. And the Republican Senate has to get going. They have to. They have no choice. One of the things I'm proud of is that, and I like John Cornyn. He's a good guy. But, I think that we need some change. And Ken Paxton's going to be great. But if you remember, Ken Paxton he lost the primary by 2 points, and then he won by almost 30. That was after I endorsed him. So he lost the primary by 2, and then he won by 30 after I endorsed him. He won by 30 points. And I think he's going to be a great senator.
So next week in California, they will hold their primaries for their governor's race. And obviously, people are paying very close attention to the mayor race there in Los Angeles. Spencer Pratt has come out very hot. People are interested in this. You endorse Steve Hilton. Any predictions for what we might see happen in California, despite the fact that we know it's a little wonky there?
They don't have voting booths. Everything's by mail. So I'd like to say, and I'm a friend of Steve. I think Steve is great, and I endorsed him. But I know the system very well. I don't think a Republican can win in California unless you pass the Save America Act. Then they're going to have to show proof of citizenship. They're going to have to get rid of their mail-in voting. No other country. Remember, France used to do it. They ended it because it was rigged. And you can't do that. You can't have that.
Absolutely. Last week, you had the Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart, join you on stage at a rally. And as predicted, I think we could all predict it, all of the haters, all the crazy people came out for him, showed him a lot of animosity for being on stage with you. Do you have any idea why it is that the Trump derangement syndrome with some of these people is so strong that you live rent-free in their heads and they can't help themselves but to be outraged about somebody joining you on stage?
Well, first of all, I wish I looked just like Jackson. This is a guy. I said, is he a male model or what? He's a handsome guy, like a beautiful guy, and a conservative guy. He said, "I love you, sir." And I didn't know he was doing it, but he's potentially a great quarterback. He's a young boy. He had just really started. But when he's in a game, he moves the team. And I didn't know him, but I watched him a little bit, and he really moves the team. He's got tremendous potential. If he stays healthy, he's going to be he's a great guy. Remember this, I won the popular vote by a lot, landslides. I won everything. I won, if you look, there's another category that people don't look at, but that's the one that's very important because they color the maps by that. That's why the map is all red, except for 2 lines on each side, east and west. And I won counties 87% in the United States. So when Jackson gets harassed a little bit, he's also loved more because we have more people than they do. And a lot of the people that you think, like people in Los Angeles, wealthy people that I see them all the time, they're hitting me a little bit, and they meet me and they said, "Sir, I voted for you." I said, I know, I can tell. You guys voted for me. I can tell you people on television that knock me all the time voted for me. And if they have a choice between paying much higher taxes, the Democrats wanted high taxes, I wanted low taxes. I'm right, because that's why the economy is booming. Look, we have a war going on and the economy is booming. We have a war going on, and today, we just hit another number 69 is all-time high today. And we have a war going on.
Well, we're a few weeks away. You can see outside the construction is happening from this amazing, historic UFC event. It's obviously right outside on the White House lawn. It coincides with your 80th birthday, which is incredible.
I hate to hear that name. And that's on June 14th, and it's the hardest ticket. I have never been asked for people. Everybody wants. I'm going to make more enemies. And it's about 4,000 seats, and then they're going to have close to 100,000 people in the back where they're putting up 8 massive screens. And it's all free. It's all free. It's really a contribution from UFC to 250, meaning the 250 years our country, our great country. So it was a great thing for UFC. And then we have Roger Penske coming with Indy in August, and we're going to have a tremendous Indy race. It's going to be around the Capitol. It's all set up. It's going to be around the Capitol. That'll be good. We're doing some amazing things for the 200. And we've never done this before. But what we're doing with UFC, I've never seen anything like it. And he's building an arena. They're building it. And great job. Every crane, I see everything. I like brand new cranes, brand new everything. Everything's beautiful. Everything's like money, money, money. And they're building a great arena. And June 14th is, which by happenstance is my birthday. It was not set up that way. Everyone says, oh, he did it for his birthday. And it's Sunday night, June 14th. It happens to be Flag Day. And it happens to be my birthday, but that happened to be the best night for it. And it's going to be something that's going to be very exciting.
Well, Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
Should we go check what's going on outside?
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll see that Octagon plus an exclusive tour of the East Wing Ballroom construction site when My View returns.
All right, so she's going to go outside. They're going to look at the Octagon that's being built. Phenomenal looking place that they're putting together. And then I guess he's going to show the ballroom. I want to share something with you. And I'm not giving, it's not my intent to give this person a hard time whatsoever. She's not a troll, but she did make a comment. And I want to vocalize something here. I've been showing earlier the stories of people around America, and I'm going to show you some more after President Trump and Lara get done. But she posted this just a second ago, a little while ago. And it says, excuse me, appreciate these people who love America. But, there's always a but, how many of them vote Democrat? Kind of an oxymoron there. So far, I saw a pride flag and the guy in a blue state saying he knows and supports their state politicians. Does a 250 RV go into red states? We will see. Yes, I have a whole slew of clips where they go into red states as well. But what you're missing as you say this, what you're missing is, I was talking about having an opportunity to talk to people where you live, who you work with, maybe some neighbors who might indeed be Democrats. And then that is the commonality is, do they love America? Are they patriots? Yes, a lot of these people, especially the ones in Vermont and some of them, they're probably Democrats. But I think that the thread that we need to begin exploiting is, do you love America? Because the whole of the Democrat Party is rotten. It's sour. They don't love America. See, the people who are Democrats, not necessarily libnuts, the people who are Democrats may not realize how bad things have gotten. I can say that with a good deal of certainty because my sisters live in Connecticut. And it wasn't until one of them came down last week, brought her cold, gave it to me and Robin, but she came down here and she saw things and said, this is not what we're used to. In fact, she's looking at moving. She was so eye-opened that she's like, this is completely different. And that was the commonality that allowed me to speak to her. If I had come right at her and said, you're a Democrat, you're stupid, I cannot believe you're a Democrat, I can't believe you live in Connecticut and vote for these idiots, what would happen? They shut right down. But I know she's my sister. She's in my house. She loves me. I love her. She loves Robin. Robin loves her. We had something that we could begin discussing. And I know, because she's my sister, and she knows her father was a paratrooper, she knows, and I know that she loves America. That's the foundation I think a lot of people are missing. They're discounting every Democrat when you should be discounting every liberal, every complete insane person. But there's going to be a lot of homeless political people. There's got to be a whole section, a swath of people in New Jersey who are seeing this stuff and going, what in the hell is this? This doesn't make any sense. What are you guys doing, starting riots and doing this crazy stuff? I can tell you firsthand, when I lived in Connecticut back in the day when they were having riots, the rest of us sat home like, what are these knuckleheads doing? But see, we were younger. We didn't know what to do about it. Yeah, it's something you turn on the television, you see them burning up buildings, and we didn't know anybody doing that. We didn't believe, we weren't taught. But for some reason, we had to vote Democrat. That's just what we were. You have to be able to discuss things with people who are open to hearing what you have to say. That is your weapon. That is your maximum warfare all the time. You have to be willing to say, I understand you're a Democrat. Democrat. But do we have some commonality we can talk? Do you like hot dogs? You like the Boston Red Sox? You like the New York Knicks? You like the Miami Dolphins? Commonality, more important. I'm just checking. Nope, she hasn't come. And that's where I'm saying it's just an icebreaker. Anyone who would come up to me and say, you one of those Trump people? I got nothing to say to you. I already know what you're thinking. But when I go down to the Dolphins game, they don't know I'm a Trump. Well, some of them recognize me. But for the most part, I'm walking through the stadium, going up to the booth. They don't know. When SV came down, he went to play poker with me. I think there was one or two people who recognized me, but for the most part, you sit at a poker table, they don't know. Your commonality is you're playing poker. And this guy from Virginia is kicking your butt and taking your money. At that point, it didn't matter what our political spectrum was. We all looked at this guy from Virginia and like, can you believe this dude? We got to get him. We got to take him. We couldn't. Unfortunately. But you see the difference between taking somebody on politically and beginning to talk to them. All right, so here we go.
Laser focused on building a fancy ballroom to host his fancy balls.
It's the ballroom heard around the world. This is most certainly not popular.
Nobody asked for, I don't remember asking for a ballroom.
Well, there they are, the liberal media who spent the last decade demonizing Donald Trump. And we've seen the results of their dangerous rhetoric. This president has faced too many attempts on his life. So it makes sense that he'd want a secure place to host formal events, not only to protect himself, but to protect our leaders for generations to come. Unsurprisingly, those same left-wing pundits are melting down over the ballroom project. So what's all the fuss about? Well, I got an exclusive tour of the construction site from the president himself to find out what's really going on.
This will be the entrance into the ballroom. The ballroom will be right here. This is a beautiful glass tunnel. Beautiful tunnel that goes right into the ballroom. Ballroom's right there. Pretty good, right?
You've had so much fun, I feel like, designing this.
Well, I did. It's going to be one of the greatest. I would say it will be the greatest facility of its kind ever built, by far. There'll never be anything like it. And we're ahead of schedule. We're right on budget.
That's par for course.
And it's a gift from me and from great patriots that, it's going to cost the country nothing.
But you still had Democrats and people try to stop you with legal challenges, and it's like,
well, they want to stop
crazy.
Only because it's me. If anybody else were doing it, they'd say, but they want to stop. But no, the ballroom is a gift to America from me and from Apple and from lots of great people and companies. And $400 million. It was going to be $2 million, and we doubled it up because they needed more space. The military's involved. The Secret Service is involved. It's a very secure, most secure facility ever built. And obviously, with the way the world is now, that's very important. When you have President Xi, you have the King and Queen of England. We had the King and Queen in this room.
Yeah, right here.
But we could hold 107 people. And we would have had 2,000 people. We're going to have one that nobody will have anything like what we have. So, but you come in, and you have the entire White House main floor, cocktails, everything. And then they go into the door, and they go into the dinner. They have dinner.
You're also doing a lot, and we can walk outside here. You're doing so much to beautify Washington, D.C. You have the Triumphal Arch. Tell me about the design of that, because I know you showed me a couple versions.
It's going to be very much like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, except a larger version, more beautiful even, but that's my favorite one, but more beautiful. It will be built right by the Arlington Bridge, the Arlington Memorial Bridge, which is beautiful. It was planned for 200 years already and never got built. They actually started it, and it stopped during the Civil War. They had the Civil War. That was a good reason. They started it. They actually built some cornices and things, but it's going to be fantastic. It was meant for it. It was meant for it. The Circle's been there for almost 200 years, and they never got it built, and we're going to get that built. We're doing one that's really interesting, the reflecting pond. It was a disaster, built in 1922. President Obama spent $100 million and destroyed it further, and then Biden got involved and spent a lot of money and destroyed it. And I'm going to spend a tiny fraction of that money, and it should open in about a week. It was going to take them 4 years to get it built.
Crazy.
And it's going to take me about 4 weeks.
Well, I think you talk to people who live in D.C., and they will say that it was just overrun with algae, and it was green and murky.
Yeah,
and you're going to change
beautiful. That. And if you lay it on its side, it's taller than any building in the world. It's over 2,000, almost 2,500 feet long. And it leaked. It had stone. They had a process. It was going to cost $400 million. It was going to take 4 years to build. I'm doing it for probably $15 million. I'm doing the super job. And it's going to take me a few weeks. Think of that.
I know.
And it's going to be much better. I'm using swimming pool material. It's going to be blue, beautiful blue, which is what they always wanted. So we've been working on it for the last 5 weeks, and it's going to be incredible. And it's going to open in another week or so. I want to open before July 4th. That's the main thing. So this is the great White House.
Never a dull moment around here. You got things going all the time.
I do.
6 a.m. to 11:30 p.m.
See, we're fixing. These are the greatest fixers there are. These guys have more talent. How's it coming out, fellas? Good? Better than you thought even, right? Then I'm going to put you in the front where the cars come in. You know, they have like 200 coats of paint. We're going to strip it and make it good. Good. This is looking good now, huh? Thank you, fellas.
Great job, guys.
So this is the arena that's being built for UFC.
It is huge.
And it's right at the front door to the White House. And you'll never see it again. It's never happened before, and you'll never see it again. And it's great. And the UFC is going to have all of their best fighters, the best fighters in the world. They're all coming that night. They all say, we want to fight at the White House. And Dana's an amazing man. He's done an amazing job. He's put together something that this would be the highest rated event maybe one of them ever in sports.
Well, you know, Dana always talks about the fact that when UFC was just at its beginning, you gave him an opportunity when a lot of people didn't. And I think it really forged a friendship for you guys.
What he's done is amazing. I'm not sure anybody could have done it but him. You don't usually say that, but not many people could have. He's a very special man. But this is going, and it's all free. It's going to soldiers. We're going to have over 100,000, maybe 100,000 people in the park across the street. 8 giant screens, and all free.
Great. All right. Now let's check out what we got, the main event here.
See the people working on the White House walls.
Constant work going on around here. Construction.
Yeah, well, it's going to be.
Cranes.
When I leave, this will be in the best shape it's ever been in.
And this is far more than a ballroom. Like you said, this goes down.
This is a massive complex.
Stories.
Yep. This is a massive complex, and very much related to the military, very much related to Secret Service.
And what is our projected end date here?
Well, we'll have this. I'll have this. Actually, the funny thing is that from the standpoint of usage, other presidents will have it for 200 years. I'll have it for about 6 months. In other words, when it's finished, I'll only have it for I'll only have the use of it for 6 months. It's a great facility, and we're going to have the inauguration here.
Oh, wow.
We'll have the inauguration here. It's going to hold, like, I had mine in the Capitol. In the Capitol, I had 902 people, and it was still beautiful, but it was 902 people, and it's not safe like this. This would be totally safe. I'm going to look over here anyway, because I want to see what's happening. Pretty good, fellas, huh?
Well, the best part is this is what you used to do as a developer.
This is what I did.
You love going
I did this better than anybody. Although your man is very good.
He's
Eric,
not bad.
I have to say, Eric Trump is a really good builder. He has the gene.
Yep.
He has a gene that I have. I have my gene, and Eric really has it. He's done a great job. He's a fantastic builder. He looked at this, understood it immediately.
Yeah, that's
look at the pipes. Look at the amount of rebar in there. That's not a normal situation, is what I'm saying. This is not what you do for a normal floor. Look at that. It's all rebar.
Now, how often are you coming out here to check the progress?
Well, a lot.
Yeah.
But I can also check it right from the windows.
That's
pretty
great.
good. This is all
main floor right
military.
Here. Well, we're standing on what will be kind of the ground floor of the ballroom.
This will be the kitchen floor.
Oh, the kitchen, and then the floor above. There'll be one above that.
And then you have the drone ports, and you have the sniper ports, and you have everything above.
Wow. Can't
it's all
wait.
One unified unit. Yeah, it's really.
We can't wait to see.
It's going to be great. I love to watch it. So this room was falling apart, falling down. It was done by Jackie O. The tiles were all broken. The wall was literally falling down. It's called the Palm Room, done by Jackie Onassis. We put new chandeliers up, but we fixed the whole room. And the final touch was the marble. And see, it's book matched perfectly. You don't see that. It's a perfect book match.
It's night and day in this room from what it was before. It's beautiful. I know, that's very impressive.
I had a metal piece. It's the marble guy said,
no, that's much better.
Oh, I can book match that. Look, he cut it out of the marble.
That's impressive.
As opposed to having a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the Presidential Walk of Fame, George Washington. You have all the presidents down to myself. And this is a brass plaque. The Rose Garden was created over a century ago. In 1903, First Lady Edith Roosevelt established a colonial-style garden along the West Colonnade, West Wing, just outside of the all-powerful Cabinet Room, which is over there. So this is a history of it. I did this. And this is a plaque. Now, most people would put brass on top of a piece of wood. It would be called laminated, and then in about 2 years, you'd see the brass falling on the floor. We'll delaminate. This is, look, solid brass. Same thing with this. This is all solid, beautiful, solid brass. And this is all the presidents. And then we make the turn for future presidents. They make the turn and they go up. This granite was just put, the floor was badly broken. It was slate. Slate's not a good flooring material to start off with. And oh, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
No, this is the first time I've seen the whole thing done. You were finishing it last time.
It's highly polished.
It looks beautiful.
And this is now black and white, goes together great.
Yeah,
always black and white is a good combination.
I think I told you I like the darker on here.
And this is all granite. This stone can last 1,000,000 years. This is the highest.
It's already easier to walk on than what was here before.
It's great. Well, the other was broken.
But I think we got to acknowledge everyone's favorite one.
Well, you have Barack Hussein Obama, who's We give a description, and you have the guy with the auto pen.
So these two are definitely favorites. This one gets a lot of attention, though.
I'll move over here. So this one is Sleepy Joe Biden, and that's the auto pen, and we use that because he signed almost everything with an auto pen. He didn't sign it himself because he wasn't capable enough to do it. And it's a disgrace that that could have happened to our country.
Absolutely.
A real disgrace. So we talk about it here, and here's your new walkway right here. This just opened last week, actually. And I replaced the stone because the stone was literally all broken. I mean, if they walk to the Oval Office and the West Wing, this leads to the West Wing, and they're walking on broken stone. So
it looks great.
Come on inside. I'll take you inside. And we finish off at the Oval Office, which
Not
is
bad.
the most powerful office anywhere in the world. People walk in, even the King and Queen of UK, the United Kingdom. King Charles walked in last week with his great wife. She's terrific, Camilla. And she looked and she said, oh, this is the Oval Office. And, you know, they have Buckingham Palace and places, but the most powerful room in the world right here.
We are so grateful to the president for being incredibly generous with his time this week. And up next, one of his endorsed candidates joins the show, Bruce Blakeman, on his mission to flip New York and give Mayor Mondani a reality check, coming up next.
Welcome back to Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
So I think that's the end of the interview, Svi. If he comes back on, I'll jump to it, but I'm pretty much, that was it. She gave him a good 35, 40 minutes, so that's pretty good. But then again, it is her father-in-law, so he'd probably give her as much time as he can.
Absolutely.
So before I jump back into the America 250 stories, you got anything new?
Yeah, I sent you something on X. It's a 19-second video. Stephen Miller reposted it from the Homeland Security. So he basically, they arrested one of the, they purple walked one of the guys at the ICE location. He reminds me of Palpatine from Star Wars because he's got the black hood. His face looks green. It's like, I will get you. But Homeland Security says, reminder to all rioters, obstructing and assaulting law enforcement is a crime and a felony. Anyone who assaults our officers will be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Is this the biter? Is this the guy who did the biting?
No. This is what just happened tonight. It happened earlier tonight.
Wow. So another perp walk. Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty crazy.
I mean, the guy definitely looks like something from, the Death Star.
Yeah, I can't show it because YouTube might have a problem with seeing somebody getting dragged off like that.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Yeah, because I remember remember when what's his name, Nayib Bukele, and he was doing stuff and he showed those guys being brought into the prison. They got all kinds of pissed off because I showed that. So I don't know. I guess that whole innocent until proven guilty type thing, it does work. So they don't like seeing it happen.
Well, I did post it in the chat for anybody who's interested. The link is in the chat if you want to watch it, and it's on Rumble chat as well. Yeah, those Rumble trolls were out in full force. Holy moly, I was whacking them. It was like
I don't understand it. I mean, it's so, you're going to subscribe, you're going to wait 20 minutes, and then you're going to start talking, and then he's going to bounce you. And I doesn't make any sense. Whoever sends them out is not doing a good job, because they're not going to last.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh my gosh.
I give them my usual send off too, a little message to them, which probably infuriates them, and they punch their phone or they punch their monitor in their mom's basement. So I love it. I love it. I send them back to Blue Sky.
I wonder if they think it works. That's the other thing. You're sitting here to be an ass, and all you're doing on everybody's screen is try to disrupt. But do you think it works? I don't know.
No,
it doesn't work.
That's all they have is that maximum warfare everywhere, all the time.
All right, so again, I'm going to pick up the video where we left off of the people telling the stories. And when Trump came on, you were listening to a black woman who was singing like an old Negro spiritual. So she's going to tell you who she is and where she is. Let's go ahead and jump on that real quick.
Thank you.
I am from the Gullah Geechee community. It's 2.5 million of us, and we're in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. Here in Savannah, for example, this was the third port of entry for slavery, so we can directly trace our descendancy from those that got off the ships to here. And so those tribes, they are connected to us. The Mende tribe, they were the rice growers, and so my DNA shows that I'm from that area. Gullah and Geechee people are two of the tribes that came here. As a Gullah Geechee woman, I consider myself bilingual. I speak the Queen's English when necessary in professional environments, but when I get around family and friends, trust me, I'm going to relax my tongue and I'm going to speak a little Gullah Geechee. We say things like, we are the ones that know the going-ons around here, and it simply means we are the ones that know our own story. So we kind of jazz up the language and we have fun with it, but it is absolutely not broken English.
This is the Chattahoochee. The way that you can kind of pronounce it is like Chatta and then Hoochie. A lot of people abbreviate to the Hooch. The river runs 365 days a year, where out in Colorado it's frozen right now, or up in North Carolina there's no water because there's been no rain. It's really special, and I'm really lucky to have this in my backyard. I'm a 22-year-old professional whitewater kayaker. I have 5 national titles. I've been a part of Team USA for 4 consecutive teams. I have broken a few of the US records. When I'm competing abroad, I definitely miss home a lot. I miss that southern hospitality where you're gonna walk into Waffle House and someone's gonna be like, "Good morning, sweetheart, how you doing? Like, you want a cup of coffee?" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am, I want some coffee and some sweet tea. That sounds great."
Can you tell me how you guys met? Oh.
That's a great story.
That's a great story. His mom and my mom, they both live like across from each other. I had to go visit my mom because she lives in Columbus by herself.
I usually go and spend Christmas with the family, and I just got there and I brought gifts and everything, and my mom said, "Hey, I need somebody to bring the pie next door."
When I got there, 30 minutes later, somebody knocked on the door. I went open and he was outside.
From there, that's how we met and started dating, and from that on.
He came to this country when he's 6 years old. I came here when I was 19. And I only have 5th grade education. So my dream all my life is to come here to have education. I have to start learning English as a second language. It's not easy, but I did it.
It's a country with opportunity where folks could come here and make a life for themselves and their family, and that's what the melting pot should be about, is being able to share the country and be proud of it.
See, that's what the Democrats don't understand. And I've been seeing in some of the chat people here aren't understanding. I want us to celebrate commonality. You got to come here. There's opportunity. You can do things. You can, there's nobody stopping you. You can win. You definitely can win. And so these people are making these videos knowing they're making them for the America 250 celebration. That's the thing you have to remember. Every single one of them, whether or not they appear as though they may be Democrats, none of them are obviously crazy liberals, because they wouldn't be advocating for America and America 250. That, I think, is what we need to begin advocating for and amplifying that message, that there are many, many people out there who aren't on X, who aren't on Facebook, who don't even know what the liberal libtards are doing. They're ruining everything that these people have lived for as well.
I am originally from the port city of Puerto Barrios in Guatemala. I've been very lucky to go from there to Pennsylvania to Boston and to here, which is where I reside right now.
I've lived here about 3 years.
I lived here about 4 years. And I guess we've known each other for about almost, a full year at this point. For our first date, we went to an Indian restaurant on Broughton Street. The Southern hospitality is very apparent.
Down here is a little bit different. You have people, as you walk by, they'll say, "Hi, how are you?" Kind of a casual introducing themselves as they walk by kind of a thing. It's a little more friendly, I think.
I'm Scott Ressmeyer. I'm the founder of the Miracle Ride, and we travel this great country raising money for kids. I've been very blessed, and all the guys I ride with have been very blessed to be able to travel the country to see what the real America is. We've been to weddings, we've come across somebody having funerals, we come across accidents on the road, and that's where you see real America. When things aren't going exactly perfect, then you see how people step up and help and want to do what's right. We try to stay on the back roads. We stay in small town America, even the big cities. People are giving. People, they want to see you succeed.
Goes to school at the University of Alabama. The Iron Bowl is, the biggest rivalry in college football. Auburn University, we do not like them. It's a huge game. We don't like them. Football is life, okay? You kind of...
This isn't my wheelhouse here, right smack dab in my wheelhouse. Football is life. I think you've been seeing some of that recently on how the libtards are trying to work their way into football, how they're trying to steal that from us. I'm going to be talking a lot tomorrow about football in regards to what they've been doing with this quarterback for the New York Giants. But they're actually going after college football, as you know, as well. And that's not going to do well here in the South.
Eat, sleep, breathe football when it comes to the fall, okay? It's a huge deal. College sports is the pros in the South. It's a huge deal.
So tailgating it's like a festival type of a scene. It's kind of like a church, and where this is a communal gathering place to where you can always count on it. People bounce from tailgate to tailgate.
Auburn University's culture is like nothing else. War Eagle is not just our battle cry, it's a greeting, it's a sign-off, it's a cheer, it's a song, and it's a tradition.
War Eagle!
Roll Tide. Wait, how did they say War Eagle? Like, did they say it like louder?
Yeah. It was kind of like that.
Roll Tide!
All right, so now I'm going to show you something, and this song is being sung by Gloria Estefan, written by her and Emilio, her husband. And I was like, am I going to be able to show this? And then when I ran it through the copyright thing and it came up okay, then I realized she wrote and sang this song specifically to highlight America 250. A Hispanic woman who has done so well for herself here in America. Gloria Estefan used to be a Miami Sound Machine. Come on, little baby, let me do that conga. Yeah, I mean, and then of course her solo stuff. But listen to the words of this song and tell me if we shouldn't be amplifying the message of this song to everybody except crazy libtards.
Were open, that's when I started loving you. And deep in my heart, your name will live forever. I am who I am because of you. My father spoke of you to me since I can remember. His words became the very spark that lit the ember. You opened your arms and held me, nurtured me with a mother's love. Wanna give back because to me you've given. Hope that I can always rise above. And I will fight each day to prove that I deserve it. If there's a thing that you hold true, I will preserve it. I look to you with so much pride and admiration. You are the source of all my goals and aspirations, my inspiration. I'll live and die to keep you, whatever it may lead to. I'll honor and defend you, even in the moments I don't understand you. It's you that I belong to. Everything I've gone through is worth the sacrifice. Your spirit be forever brave, your flag forever wave, America. Just to be free, so many struggle to make you what you are. Trading the colors of their flags for yours in the hopes that it would take them very far. Climbing each hurdle along the way to new horizons. While risking everything, no fear, no compromises. Help us to realize the dreams that we have borrowed. I pray you'll be the one that leads so we can follow into tomorrow. I'll live and die to keep you, whatever it may lead to. It's you that I belong to.
All right. I found that and I was like, oh, I'm going to play that a couple more times as we go through more of those videos. Obviously, there's just a crap ton to show you. There's so many of them, of people's personal stories about America. They're just driving this trailer around the country. And as this trailer goes, they're just bringing people on the trailer and hey, you want to celebrate America. Didn't ask them if they were Democrats or Republicans. Can we celebrate and tell your story about why America means so much to you? And I know, people are at this point, they're a little bit leery of even talking to someone who has a D on their name. But as President Trump said, I want to surround myself with happy people, successful people, patriotic people. And at this point, the qualifying standard is, are you a patriot? Do you pledge allegiance to the flag? Let's start there. Let's talk to everybody we know and block out the craziness that's going on, because then it's going to be easy to see who the real enemies are. There are people out there who are members of the Democrat Party who may feel homeless. They may think I hate Trump. And I think it's incumbent upon us to tell everybody, hey, listen, you may not like Trump. He's gruff. He can be nasty. He can put up bad memes. But do you love America? Has America provided you the opportunity and the life for you and your family that you always hoped? Has America provided you the opportunity for your kids to go watch Alabama get beat by Auburn? Wink, wink. If America has done that for you, we've got some commonality. We've got some things to talk about. And there's people right now who may not like the guy. They may hate Trump, but we need to bring them back if they love America, because the rest of them are never coming back. They're done. They've already committed to complete anarchy. They've committed to tearing this country down, and they will never pledge allegiance to the flag. Those people we have to separate and distance ourselves from. Other people who might just have a difference of opinion that'll allow us to discuss things with them. We're not even talking about these trolls. They hate America. You're letting us know you and me are enemies. And SV's got a story. I think he's coming up. He said, I can't even show it. It's so bad. But I just hope, we'll see more of these stories. And at the end there, I obviously included the red state one of Alabama football, because it's football. And like she said, football is life here in the South. SB, what you got? What's going on?
I hate to put the rain on the parade here, but obviously real life is taking a toll here. So New Jersey is a war zone right now. Nick Sorto is on the ground saying that it's a war zone. Rioters are attacking the police, and they're being hit with rocks, and Antifa is throwing flashbangs back at them. We need the National Guard. And they say the police have lost control. They're overwhelmed, and they're retreating because there's just so many of them. They were planning this, as he said earlier. He found supplies on the side of the road with bandages and stuff like that. They were preparing to do this tonight. This is not organic. This is not peaceful protesting. This is terrorism. And I mean, if somebody's going to, what's going to happen. Somebody's going to go, poo, poo. It's going to happen.
They want someone to die. They want it to happen. And then they'll, then they could ignite the flame and do whatever they want. They need it. It's going to keep happening. If it doesn't happen in Jersey, it's going to happen somplease else.
That summer of love is coming, right? That's along with the thug teen takeovers, those thug teen takeovers, where they did do nothing. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. And so, I mean, it's going to get bad. I mean, it's warm outside. Now they can just go as long as they want to. And the local police, after I watched the press conference with Mikey Sherrill, the governor, she doesn't want to take any culpability at all. She doesn't want to say these knuckleheads are doing something wrong. So just go ahead, do it. We'll try. And you're putting all these people at risk. Just try and shut that facility down. That's not America. That is not patriotism. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know right from wrong, you're already lost right there. And they're trying to force their way into things. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
Well, I was hoping to see something from Trump on True Social, but nothing yet. But obviously, this is going to catch his eye very soon. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's already aware of it, but this has got to stop, because if it starts going to all the other cities, I mean, they want everything to burn down. That's what they want, because they have nothing. They can't win. I mean, this is not, as you say, you said it. This is not winners. These are not winners. These are
Wait
losers.
till the night of the UFC fight. That really concerns me, because they're planning another No Kings rally that same day in Washington, I believe. And so it's going to have to bring out all kinds of troops and everything. And I'm sure, can you imagine the security, not just at the White House, around that construction site right now, between the ballroom and the big stadium they're building? They got to watch everything, every little thing that's being done. It's
yeah.
These people want to take down the country. We can't let them. Can't let them.
Yeah. What do you think about how hard it is to find the funding on these peaceful protests? Like, if we cut off the head of the snake, the funding, they won't have the materials and stuff. I mean, you see how non-organic it is when all these supplies just magically show up. I mean, Nick was talking about the masks with the cartridges. Those things are not cheap. Those masks are like $100 each and stuff. So, I mean, I would think that the FBI and stuff would be looking into that, you know, to see who's funding it. I mean, there's got to be a breadcrumb.
They probably are.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things happening with them turning off the spigot on different things. One of the real important things to probably look at is the executive order that got passed about 2 weeks ago that basically is going to give them the opportunity to go after remittances. So remittances mean, Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, probably Western Union. All those are all laundering things if you want to use them, nefariously. So they can probably trace a lot of this stuff. But it all goes back to the same people anyway. There's no surprise.
Yeah.
It's not like there's any new people doing it. It's the same ones over and over.
Yeah.
But man,
I mean, these people, they don't have jobs. This is how they get funded. This is how they get paid. They're not in school. They're not in college. They're just, this is perfect job. I posted earlier. I said, all they have to do is go to a blue city, and within 5 minutes, they would have 100 people that would sign up, because they got nothing going on except evil intentions.
And I did see at the press conference today, they announced that they're already arresting. Most of the people they're arresting aren't even from New Jersey.
That's right.
So they are being recruited. They are being brought in, and at that point, don't be one of these guys who goes after one of these ICE officers, because now you're going to have interstate. If they can show there was a conspiracy, you're going to go wait for a long time. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got people embedded, all kinds of different things.
I'm sure it is as well, but it's a bad sight right now in New Jersey. It's total anarchy. The video I watched, there's a couple of them he's posted. Nick also said one of his phones got destroyed, but he's in the middle of it. I hope he has security, because he's definitely a target as well.
I saw him get physically accosted, and I just couldn't believe that there were no police. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm going to do super chats, and then I got all these posts from Trump, which I'll save for tomorrow, and some of the other news. So, wow, so much going on. So I hope you guys. Thanks, USB.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed those stories. I'll have some more for you tomorrow as well. Let me do super chats here. Ernest, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I can't even remember at what age I had to learn that. First grade? Second grade? Marcus, digital assets, XRP, etc., silver and gold are great long-term investments. Yep, this is not financial advice. The future is now, especially with these knuckleheads and what's going on. Mickey, Barry, get some cold calm, all natural homeopathy. Will zap that cold away. And my colds are different. I don't have like body aches, don't have fevers. I just get like sniffly and all nasally and stuff. Sleep very well. I'll tell you what, I could never be a drug addict, because I just do a little bit of NyQuil and I go nighty-night for like hours and hours and hours. I wake up in the morning, I still have brain fog just from NyQuil. So I don't know, the being in a pure blood and everything, without taking the jabademic, but NyQuil to me shouldn't even be available over the counter because it knocks me to, whew, boy, it does. Robin laughs at me. Bruce Wayne, God bless America and its people. Agreed. Jody, I'm watching on YouTube and I can watch any show on YouTube and it won't disconnect. But as soon as I start watching you, disconnect me and I have to start over. What's going on YouTube? I obviously have pissed off some people, but I don't care. But thank you. Judy Branch, thanks, Barry. Always great show. Thank you. Mariah, there is so much nonsense and haters out there. So sad. The good news is more and more people are flipping our way, as you stated, Barry, for America. One of the things I just want to impart upon you is because I see so many people, even in our chat, whose hearts are hardened. You get the people, I don't know about them. I don't trust him. How did that happen? How did it happen where you don't trust this person or that person, and you don't even really know them? And so just because, and that's the thing, like I said, my sisters are Democrats. They're not blue-haired nuts. They just don't know. They've been lied to. But thank you, Mariah. Al Phelps, thank you. Born on. I thoroughly enjoy each show and the chat. Kudos, Barry, to you, the mods, SV, and the fam for true broadcasting and helping us stay grounded. Thank you very, very much. And the mods work very hard to keep this a drama-free community because we're constantly, it's just a barrage of trolls always coming in trying to do stuff. Go live, so thank you. Go live, go live. I had to share today's 10 craziest live moments of the week to the Matt Walshes of my world as a reminder of how bad they're losing. Our own Patriots suffer from Trump doubter syndrome. I don't know if it's for likes and clicks or whatever, but there's so many people, big name people, have just decided they're going to go their own way, and instead of just sticking with it, because there's no other bus right now. This is it. What's this? Linda, please forgive me, as I only mean to let you know of this due to my respect for your great analytical skills, but the queer guy last week had said prurient, not queerient. What queer guy? Prurient. But thank you. No disrespect taken. Melvin, Michigan has a very good chance of turning red this election period with would-be huge John James, Mike Koch, Perry Johnson. Yep, governor primary run. I like them, like John James. Let's see here. Candy boarding. Thanks, Barry. Love President Trump. Thank you. And Neo, Barry, been listening to thank you for a great show. Love this Celebrate America videos. This is America's return to greatness. God bless us all. I just think we have more to celebrate our commonality than our differences. And when I saw President Trump and what he posted, that post really resonated with me. Standard is, are you a patriot? Are you successful? Do you want to win? Those are the different things I looked at and said, yeah, are you happy? Yeah, those are the people I want to be around as well. So I think that, I'm going to show some more of that tomorrow, being that it's Sunday and everything. So thank you guys for tuning in on a Saturday night. I hope you enjoyed President Trump talking with his daughter-in-law and showing you the ballroom again, and a little bit more in regards to the arc that he's building and some of the other improvements that he's making at the White House, and of course the big stadium for the UFC fight. Oh, by the way, somebody in the chat said, will we be streaming it? I have to find out if it's going to be a sanctioned UFC fight. Even though it's probably exhibition, I don't know if they're going to maintain the rights or show it on Fox. Well, what I can tell you is if it is a copyrighted event, I will show it, but we'll do a Rumble jump over. So we'll do it that way. All right. Thank you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Fan.